So now let us go to the next one, which is the shipment details. Shipment details. So the same thing is what we are going to be doing. Let's come back to our wireframe to see what our shipment details look like. You can see, just take the index of the shipment and then fetch the details for us. So if there's no shipment details, like once you open it, it will not show all this on the first look. So once you put in the ID, you click on shipment, get shipment details, it's then display all these details. So if you put another ID, you click on it again, it's update the details. So that's how that particular part works. So let's do this now. Don't forget, the process is still the same. So what we just start with is we come to our component folder, then we click on new file, then we just say shipment details .jxx. So we create our arrow function. See that the process is just the same. So just say return. Just say shipment details. Shipment details. Then now we export it. Export default shipment details modal. So you can guess the next thing. So you come in here to import it and export it again. Shipment details should be here. Import shipments. Yes. So once you do that, you just export it. That should be here. Then what do you do next? You go to your home page to import it and see if it is working before you start working on it. It has to be working before you start working on it. Otherwise, it will not give you what you want. So let's see if it is working. Let's come in here. You can see shipment details is here. So that means you are good to go to start working on it. So we do the same thing, get the model that we have already created, then we use it. So the same principle applies. We just go to an already created one, then we use it. So let's go ahead to do that. Let's use the one we just finished creating now, which is this. So I'll just copy all this, but this will be a little bit different, but the same principle applies. Just copy, then we come back to our shipment details modal. Then you can then highlight this, then you do your brackets, and also don't forget to import all the necessary components. That is very important. So you can also just take everything now. So once you do that, you can just come in here, shipment details, so let's start editing, let's start updating. So for this, let's just say, let's erase this. This is not needed. This is not needed now. Of course it will be needed, but not that way. So let's change this to details modal. Let's change it like that. Then we can just update this the way we have been trained. Let's just do Ctrl D to duplicate it. Then I just change this to capital letter. Then I also change this to capital letter. So you can just check. So what you need based on the wireframe is just the shipment ID. So you can just check. Let's see what we have here. Product tracking details. Just update it. Product tracking details. Product tracking details. So I don't need the receiver now, but I need the ID, shipment ID, the ID, shipment ID. So let me just set that. So let me just, since it's just one, I don't need to set that subject this time around. So I can just say const shipments ID, set shipment ID. That should be it. So let's just update this to, so instead of just setting this, since it's not an object again, I just set it directly. Then on change, just set the ID. On change, I will just do this, set the ID to the current target of this. So I'm just setting the ID to the whatever number the user put in. So I can also set the type of entry to number, so that I only take number from the user. So I can just update the text to get shipments. So once you have that, you can also create a function to do that. So you can just create, you can see the pattern is literally the same thing. Just say Andrew gets shipment details. So let's console log it, fetching. That's the same thing with what we have been doing. Of course, all this will be sent to the back end of the application, which is the blockchain. So now that we have that, what else? We are good with this, we are good with this, we are good with this. We are good with this. So what you then need to do at this point in time is to be sure that it's working effectively before we then go ahead to implement these other details here. All these details that will be shown only after the user click on the button, or we just treat by default here since there's no API fetching or something. So now, since we are done with that, let's just go ahead to see if it is working effectively. And to avoid the same mistake we did the other time, let's also just go ahead to link it. So you need to link it with the services. Don't forget the button is part of the services component, which is this. So I'll just duplicate this. Then I'll change this to details. Let me just use the sentence that I use here. Just go and pick it. Yeah. Shipment details. So this is it. I think we are even missing something out here. We're supposed to import, supposed to receive this here. So I'll just copy this so that just go and use it here. There, yeah, the home page. So just think it's the same pattern with this. Just copy and paste like that, and I'll send it to the services. Just duplicate this hot sheet down arrow, and I'll just pick this. So once I have that, I will also send it to this. Just pick this so that I know what to send. So I'm just gonna copy this so that we can do less of typing. So do the same thing for this. Please make sure you do it for the right one. Otherwise, you might be missing out something. or maybe your app might not work effectively. Please make sure you're doing it correctly. Now that you have done that, I think we should be good to go. Now we need to go and receive it at the services end. So I'll just copy this, services, then I'll add this. So when you're sending a parameter, you should go and receive it at the further end. So this is the on click here. So I need to set. Let me just take it to the next line. On click. So I'm just having a function. I'm setting this to true. Let me just save. Control PX. Now that should be working as we want it to work. Shipment details, you can see, you can put your ID. You get your shipment ID, shipment details once you put in the ID. So if you check again, you see that you are fetching shipment details for ID 1. So that means it's 1. You can close it, you can open it again, you can close it, you can open it again. So before we close on that, let's just go and add all these details that will be fetched once the user puts in the ID. So we have the sender, the receiver, the pickup time, the delivery time, the distance, the price, the status, the paid, if it's paid or not. So let's go and do that now. So just to, of course, that will be after the user click on he or she want to fetch the details, then you'll be able to fetch the details. So let's just go ahead and do that now. That will be here the shipment details model. So after the form, still inside the model body. So I'll just set. No, I don't want to create that. So I'll just set. Now there's a way you can check if something is true. That means if there's a data to display, then display it. If there's no data, then don't display anything. But for now, I'll just set it to true by default. So, but once we have something like, once we are fetching the data, we just check. So it's just like, I want to check if this is true. By default, this will be displayed because it will be true. But when we are done with this, let me just set this. When we are done with this, we'll be setting the value of the person to get the data. So if the value, if there's something in the data, if there's something in the variable, then display this. And if there's nothing, then don't display it. So I'll just set true for now, since we don't have that connected to the blockchain yet. But let's just set it to true. And I'll change it to false. You see that it's not show. I'll change it to true. You see that it is show. So I'm showing the shipment details. Then I'm displaying the receiver. I'm displaying the receiver paragraph by paragraph. So it's the strong receiver. So this is the name of the receiver. I want it to be address, not name. So even monitoring. So the pickup time, I want to also have the receiver, sorry, the sender. Just to create this line, just say sender. So let me just put it that way too. Let's just change this to something else. So from the sender receiver, I also want to have the pickup date or pickup date. So I have the pickup date. Then I also want to have the distance. So this is HTML tag for strong, just to be put. So pickup time, and also I want to have the delivery time or delivery dates, whichever one works out for you. Delivery dates. Let me just change it to maybe not available. Maybe it's not yet. It's yet to be delivered. Not available. Then I want to have a distance. For now, let me just set it to maybe 50 kilometers. Then I also want to have the price. Price is in Ether. Then we also want to have the paid, if it's paid or not. So if it's paid. So I can say not completed or completed or paid. Let me just say not completed. So I'll just save. So once I save, check the shipment. You can see because it is true, it's displaying it by default. So now let me go and change it to false. You see that it will not display it. Let me change it to false. So just to simulate when there's no data to display, it will not display. You can see that it's not showing. So let me just change it back to true. You see that. Let me just put it as true so that we will know that we have something there when we start working on our backend portion. And we can see the details of our shipment. So just put your ID here, one, then you click on get shipment, then to display it here. So we are done with that particular modal. Then